They knew, they held all the evidence from day one. They knew from day one that we ain't do this.
Michael Sutton, Kenny Phillips spent years in prison for a crime they didn't commit. Now they're taking even more action, trying to get justice for themselves and others. The men allege Cleveland police fabricated false evidence against them, failed to disclose evidence of their innocence, resulting in their wrongful conviction.
They filed a federal lawsuit today, exactly 1 year after they were found not guilty of all the charges in their retrial. See, New Yorker has new details about this case.
Michael Sutton and Kenny Phillips say it's a trauma they relive over and over.
We got 92 and a half years and 46 and a half years as kids for something that we ain't do.
In 2006, Sutton and Phillips were arrested and charged with attempted murder after police say they were involved in a drive-by and shooting at police. After a trial, the two men were sentenced to prison, where for 15 years they maintained their innocence, fighting to get out. Ohio Innocence Project took on their case and started investigating. Phillips says after spending years in prison, he received a letter from a Cleveland police officer who apologized and confessed.
He reached out to me and sent a letter to me and told me like what was going on, like he was sorry and he lied on the case. When it came through my mail, I'm like, this can't be true. Like I showed my celly and everything. Like he like, man, you know what this is? I'm like, what? He like, man, this your freedom. Like, what are you doing sitting? Like, send that to your lawyer. I already knew that I was in there for something I didn't do, but I'm just like, he just admit and just tell me this though, like. So I sent it to my lawyer and they was like, this your way out right here.
The men were acquitted last September in a retrial, not guilty of all the charges. They are suing the state of Ohio for wrongful imprisonment, and that case is still pending. But today, 1 year after they were acquitted, they filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office.
In this lawsuit, you'll see we lay out that this is the practice of the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office since the 70s. We lay out many different examples of times where courts have determined that the prosecutors withheld evidence and that resulted in false convictions.
Both Sutton and Phillips say everyone involved in their wrongful imprisonment needs to be held accountable.
We thankful for the freedom, man, but it's like now, like, who do we hold accountable for what we've been through? Y'all really took my life away from me and gave me 46 years. So I feel like they should be held to the highest standards of the law. Y'all put us in prison. I feel like they should go to prison. They should feel what it feels like to feel the same thing that we've been through. Because if they did it to us, what other Pandora box should this opened up?
In their complaint, Mr. Phillips and Mr. Sutton are demanding a jury trial. We'll definitely keep eyes and ears on this as this federal lawsuit moves forward. Reporting in downtown Cleveland, New Yorker, 19 News.
All right, so the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office sent a statement about the lawsuit saying, quote, we do not have a policy of withholding evidence and have prosecuted more than 200,000 cases since this one in 2006, and very few were overturned.